The focus of my digital artifact will be the problem with concentrated media ownership, with a specific focus on Big Daddy Murdoch in Australia. Also, I'll provide some ways we can hopefully fix this problem, as it is evident in the country. The plan for my digital artifact will be as follows. So I'll start with highlighting the problem with centralized media ownership generally, and then I'll explain just how concentrated media ownership is in Australia. This obviously brings in Murdoch and News Corp and his large market share of media companies globally and specifically in Australia. Then I'll again go back to the problem with this, and I'll use the Frankfurt School theory to explain how the media can be used as a tool of oppression to circulate one ideology and resultantly contribute to the loss of reason within society, and how Murdoch does this by pushing a certain ideology or political agenda. Then I'm going to talk about the filters applied to mass media based on the propaganda model proposed by Herman and Chomsky. This theory essentially explains the interest that Murdoch has to serve and why his media companies push the agenda they do. Also, to criticize the profit orientation of mass media companies and how this is a problem. Then this leads into how Murdoch's insane share of the media market affects the news cycle as a whole. And I'll draw on recent examples such as the character assassination of Dan Andrews and calling Victoria Danistan, and painting Gladys Berejiklian as someone who was simply just unlucky in love when she didn't announce her relationship with a fellow corrupt member of parliament to the ICAC. Then this will obviously lead into the regulatory framework that allows for Australia to be one of the most concentrated media landscapes in the world, and why this hasn't been changed. And then finally, I'm going to talk about why media ownership should be distributed and some possible policy responses to achieve decentralized media control in Australia. I really enjoy editing videos, so the format of my digital artifact is going to be a fun explainer video format. Examples of videos that I'll draw inspiration from are Tom Scott, Vsauce, Veritasium, and Crash Course YouTube videos. I'm going to use graphics, animations, blue screen backgrounds, and transitions to ensure that the audience is engaged throughout the video, and that's how I'm going to make my digital artifact an effective presentation of the issue of media concentration.